Alright, beautiful people, welcome to my channel where the vibes are high and the food is always worth the calories. Today, we are making something that's steamed, stuffed, and sexy. Yes, you guessed it right, veg momos. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, huh, veg, trust me, these momos are gonna slap harder than your Wi Fi bills. Now, let's chop all of them finely and dump them into a mixing bowl and add a spoonful of salt to them and let them sit for some time. Okay, now let's get this dough situation sorted. In another mixing bowl, take the flour of your choice, add salt to it and start kneading it. We are gonna add water gradually and in small portions. Did you know that momos, aka dumplings, have their fascinating origins from Tibet and then they've become the favorite street foods across India, Nepal and Bhutan. Meanwhile, we also have a variety of fillings and cooking methods like steaming, frying and broth boiling. Here in Russia, they have their own traditional dumplings called vareniki and pelmeni. I've personally tried vareniki that was stuffed with potato, fried onion and mushrooms. Eventually, the dough is done. Let's cover it up and let it chill while we tackle the stuffing. And by the way, I've used wheat flour here. Alright, moving back to the stuffing, this is the stock that the veggies have released and it could be used while kneading dough or making soups. Please do not throw it away because it's packed with nutrients. Now's the time to season the stuffing. Again, it's totally up to you. Here I'm adding some dark soya sauce, black pepper powder, finely chopped garlic, and of course we are Maharashtrians, we add kothimber to everything. Now this is the step where the magic happens. Heat up some oil and add it to the stuffing and it should sound something like this. That's really satisfying, right? Okay, now let's mix this quickly and make sure it's even, and also don't forget to add the salt. Alright, this step is totally optional. If you love cheese, which of course I do, chop it into tiny chunks and keep it aside. Alright, let's take a look at the dough, which is set nice and even for almost 30 minutes. Let's give it a quick knead and turn it into tiny balls. Finally, it's the time to assemble these little baddies. You gotta begin with rolling the dough. So, grab that dough, roll it out thin like your patience on a Monday morning. Yes, I know it's a bit time consuming and tiring, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it in the end. Alright, after we finished rolling the dough, we gotta start the stuffing drama. Take a sheet, place a spoonful of stuffing in the center. Now fold it into a half moon and seal the ends really good. After that, you gotta take two sharp ends and again connect them together. See, isn't that easy? Let's call it a money bag fold. In the second type, which is the portly fold, you gotta start folding tiny pleats until you reach the end, just like that, sealing each pleat together nice and tight. The third and the last fold is the typical classic modak fold, which I have also topped up with cheese. And here's a tip, don't overstuff your dumpling unless you want a disaster in your steamer. You need balance, right? Grease a strainer plate with some oil and place them accordingly without overcrowding and let them steam for 15 to 20 minutes. And now please don't judge the burner because we have a common kitchen and so many people cook here together. And of course we do clean it at the end of the day. You'll know they are done when the dough turns slightly glossy and stops sticking to your finger like a clingy egg. Oh my god, this is a vibe. Spicy, crunchy, soft, and just that right amount of drama in every bite. If you don't make this at home, you're seriously missing out on some edible happiness. Okay, listen, you could totally go basic with ketchup, but if you wanna live a little, whip up a fiery chili sauce and mayo on the side. Because a momo without spice is like anatomy without dissection. Pointless. Alright fam, if you like this recipe, smash that like button, drop a comment telling me your go-to momo filling, and of course subscribe because I'm coming back with more recipes that will make you wanna lick your screen. See you in the next one.